Hello, and welcome back to the next episode of my Minecraft World series. So, if you missed the first one, quick rundown is this is basically a creative world where I am using a wheel to determine where I'm building, what style, or some form of influence, and the general use of the build. And then I am building out the history, the story, kind of making all of these things work together into one cohesive world. So we are starting with biome type just to kind of help narrow things down. And it's cold biome. The wheels are really liking cold biomes. Okay. At least, while it is still a cold biome, it's different. I'm not gonna get frozen peaks again, which I'm glad about. Windswept gravelly hills. I have a feeling that that's one of those like very small biome types. And I'm just gonna end up in gravelly hills. Or something, so like something other than windswept gravelly hills, but that'll give us our general location. And now, influence. Because we did Greco-Roman last time, I'm gonna reroll. Executive decision, we're not getting the same one twice in a row. Middle Ages, thank you. And now, I just need my purpose. Government, okay. So I have a Middle Ages inspiration in windswept gravelly hills for a government build. Let's hop into the world and see where it sends me for gravelly hills. Windswept gravelly hills. I need to make an actual spreadsheet, but for now, I have the chords of this build saved. My lovely Coliseum from last episode. And now I'm going to do locate biome windswept gravelly hills. And how far away is it? Oh. Only took it a minute. Almost 4,000 blocks away. Let's go. It's loading in. What's our biome look like? I feel like this is the most exciting part. You're like, oh no, what's the biome gonna look like? So I was right in saying that it's a really small biome type, and that this is not going to be much of a building here. But especially while trying to maintain the, like, I don't know the word, shape, windsweptness, because that's one of the things. I don't want to make the biomes stop looking like what they are, but this is gonna be freaking. It's plains again. I already have a plains biome. We could do. Maybe I'll build here. In like this space. And then it is supposed to be a government building. So, like, this area should become, like, venturing in more into the swamp than into the plains. And this can kind of become our swamp area as well. I bet that would work. I bet that would work. I'm making the rules. I can do whatever I want. But in terms of, like, feeling like I'm keeping the authenticity of this challenge, I feel like the alternative would be to flatten this out a little bit. So that could also be an option. I could flatten this a couple layers so that I had a little bit more of an area to work with. But it still maintain kind of these sharp edges. And then I just have to figure out a path up there. Maybe a bridge? Could do a bridge from here. Okay. I think this could work. No joke, this might actually be my favorite build that I've done in at least quite some time, honestly. I think it turned out really good. I'm always kind of shy and nervous to use a lot of the, like, glazed terracotta, but I think it worked well. Just kind of, especially from a distance, it makes it just kind of look like a different texture, and that there's different stuff going on. So in decorating kind of off camera, I actually decided to add a little bit of the lore into this build. So we have this hole here, and I don't necessarily have what specifically created this hole, and honestly it might not be anything specific. It may have just been the passage of time. But so I have some little rubble down there, like the rubble fell off, and then I of course covered it in vines and glow lichen, leaves, and there's just a couple hints outside of the, what is it? The skulk vein. I always forget what that's called. The skulk vein. So I have little bits hiding over there, I have little bits in the entryway, but really when you first go inside is what starts telling the story of all of the skulk vein everywhere, and the throne made of skulk blocks, and just all of these little bits and pieces. So I looked it up. The nearest deep dark biome is over 1,000 blocks away, so there's no reason for all of this skulk to be here. And if we go up my little kind of wonky staircase here, up to the second floor, you have the bedroom, and again, it's got all of these skulk veins. It's got skulk in the ceiling. And so, really, I feel like I'm starting to kind of craft the story of this, relatively small kingdom. This probably would not be the home for a king. It would be more likely to be home to, say a lord or a baron or something like that. A little bit smaller, a little bit further down in the hierarchy, but still a prominent leader for when I build housing and stuff over here. But again, there's no reason for Skulk to be here, so it must have been imported. And so it's this story of this small political leader who became obsessed with these Skulk blocks and kind of just made it their thing to have all this Skulk and import all this Skulk. And, they weren't necessarily doing what they were supposed to with the money that they were getting from their people in the village down here. And so, while it's not clear specifically what happened, it's obvious that something did. And so now this building's overgrown. You notice I actually did not end up building the bridge or roadway because I'm not sure it would still be here. It feels like something that maybe after whatever happened, people would have burned the bridge. They want to disconnect from all of this and build their own thing. So I think it's... I ended up really liking it. And I think it turned out fun. There's things that I would probably change about it, but just overall, I really, really like it. So let me know what you all think in the comment section down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.